Welcome to this video series called Basics of Music. It is designed for anyone who has little or no experience reading music. If you have lots of experience, just turn it off. You're going to be so bored. But if you don't know much about music, keep watching. You'll learn something here. In this first session, we'll talk about 4 properties of sound. Now, why are we talking about sound? Because music is sound that has been organized in time. Now, we have different kinds of sound. We have this kind of sound. That's just noise. But if we have a tone, we have something like ooh. That is a tone, not just noise. So I'm referring to a tone when I'm talking about 4 properties. So I'd like you to see if you can figure out what these 4 properties of a tone are. I'll demonstrate each one, and you see if you can figure it out. The first one is ooh. You hear a variation in pitch. Pitch refers to how high or how low a sound is. Next, I'm going to sing one pitch, but make something else different. That is a difference in duration. And you might have said to yourself, that is rhythm. And that's true. It's just another word for the same thing. It means how long or how short a sound is held out. Now I'm going to keep the same pitch at the same duration, and something else is going to be different. Do, do, do. That is the difference in, did you say dynamics? Oh, that's not the fancy word. The fancy word is intensity. So we write the fancy word out. And yeah, it means dynamics or volume. It all works. And the fourth one is a little different from the others. I'll demonstrate it using the same pitch for the same duration at approximately the same intensity. Do, da. Oh, the quality of the sound is different. The fancy word for that one is timbre. It looks like timber, but we must have got it from another language, so we have to say timbre, or timbre is fine. It means the quality of the sound, the tone quality. That's what makes my voice different from your voice, one instrument different from another instrument. So all of these factors work together to create sound, and we use sound to create music, right? We organize sound to create music. So, what does this mean to us here? Let's look at each of these and say, what does it take to read music? If we could read each of these categories, we could read music. To read pitches, we need to know how high or how low a sound is. Tools for that are things like lines and spaces on a staff. We use things like note heads that look like circles that are either open or closed, and that tells us how high or how low the pitch is. We have duration. For duration, we use also note heads. Sometimes they're closed, sometimes they're open. And sometimes we add stems to these note heads, and sometimes we add flags to these note heads. All of these symbols tell us how long or how short a sound gets held out. Intensity, that means dynamics. We have symbols like this that simply mean medium loud, or soft, or loud. These are all symbols we use, and you just have to memorize them. And I'm not going to be teaching them in this course, but it's pretty simple. You learn loud, soft, gradually get louder, gradually get softer. These are just basic things. It doesn't take long to learn how to read dynamics. Timbre. How do you read timbre? Do you read timbre? I don't think so. You just sing, right? And whatever timbre your voice is, that's the timbre that comes out. If you want the timbre of a trumpet, you would simply write music for a trumpet, and that would be the timbre. So, it doesn't take much of anything to learn to read timbre. It just means you sing if it's for singing. Intensity doesn't take long to learn that. So what we're left with is pitch and duration. And we usually say pitches and rhythms. So from now on, I'll call them pitches and rhythms. But don't get discouraged. Don't get overwhelmed. When we're talking about pitches, we're talking about how high or how low a note head is on a staff. And when we're talking about rhythms, we're talking about how long or how short a sound is held out. Once you learn these things, you can learn to read music. In the next video, we'll start with pitches. How do we read pitches? See you there.
My name is Catherine Mullet, and I serve as the Administrative Assistant here at SCMC. We are excited to bring you this new video series free of charge, but of course you know that projects like this are not free to make. If you enjoyed these videos and would like to see us create more of this kind of content in the future, we invite you to donate. You can do that on our website, musiccamp.info/donate.